Hi, everybody. I'm Joe Calderone. Another edition of Coach's Corner, and joining us once again is the head coach of the UAlbany women's lacrosse team, John Battolino.
Joe.
The handshake before we get things going, as usual. How you been?
Good.
I was going to say, no complaints. The weather's getting nicer. We're getting towards the end of April, which of course means in another week or so, we're going to be talking about America East Tournament. But before we get to all that stuff, let's recap the week that was for you guys, and it was a good one. You know, you guys are on a 3-game winning streak. You've won 7 of your last 8. For those that don't know, and your last game was an impressive one. You know, you go on the road to UNH, a team that was 3-1 in the America East at the time, which is no easy feat when you consider the competition in the conference. And you beat them pretty handily, 12-3. Sarah Martin has a monster game, 7 points on 4 goals, 3 assists. And then that Savichev kid, you know, that Dakota there, yeah. Yeah, every once in a while she'll get a goal in there. She scores 5 to help you guys get the win. You know, that game specifically, how impressed were you with that game, and how impressed have you been with the way you guys have been playing the last 3 games?
I think I was pleased the way we came out because I do think we were a little tired. I just sensed that, and again, we played some hard games over the last 2 or 3 weeks, and they came out of the gate pretty well, and felt it out, and got some quality opportunities, and buried some of those, and what I was looking at is just, and I tried to save their legs a little bit, and so. Again, I was pleased with their effort, especially being on the road. I feel it's kind of a tough trip, and I do feel UNH is a good team, and so I was pleased with the results.
How pleased have you been with your team defensively? Because when you go and you look at the last couple of games, they're giving up just 3 goals to UNH before. Defensively, we know that Rachel Bowles can score. We know that Dakota Savichev can score. Defensively, how pleased have you been?
I'm very pleased because again, I think we have the right bodies and right types of players for the style that we're playing, and I think we do a nice job of adjusting to their strengths or what other teams are trying to do to us, and just make it difficult to get some good looks. So, and I think the kids are feeling more and more comfortable, and they communicate well. And when we communicate well, we do well.
How pleased were you with the focus, considering, and we're going to get to the Stony Brook matchup in just a second, but I know a lot of people, especially of my ilk, media types, saying, hey, listen, this UNH game, number one, they're 3-1, it's at their place, and Stony Brook's coming up. Were you happy with the fact that despite that game looming, which everybody is talking about, that the focus was solely on UNH and that they played it the way they did?
Yeah, that goes because I sound like the old grouchy guy now.
Get off my lawn!
The kids now, they got so much information in front of them. They're constantly looking ahead, and that's part of the challenge, is just keeping them focused on the task at hand. And then we have to, again, the things we have to do well for any team. We just have to do those things well, and we did, and now we continue to look forward to this week.
Now, all kidding aside, the last couple of weeks, I wanted to bust chops and ask you about Stony Brook, because I know you're not keeping an eye on them, but I kind of was like, what, all right, UAlbany gets another win, Stony Brook gets another win to get into the finish line. But if I asked you, I knew the answer I was going to get. It's 1 game at a time. But now there is no more games in the regular season, so now I can ask you about Stony Brook. You're 5-0, they're 5-0. I'm going to imagine you don't have to break out any Newt Rockne speeches this week to get the players fired up for this one.
Correct. It's an important game. I think that the kids would, like to show their mettle, and it's win a conference championship. So, or win home field advantage for the conference championship. So, there's no secret about that. I do feel like you respect what they do and how they do it, we have to put our best foot forward, and we have to play a clean game. Just you can't shoot ourselves in the foot at all, and take advantage of opportunities.
As a fan of the sport, I know it's tough to remove yourself when you're one of the 2 coaches that are in this matchup, but as a fan of the sport, Isn't this great? I mean, here you have two teams that are the best in the conference, and it's going to get decided on the field. It's not something that's already been predetermined. Like, 2 weeks ago they locked up the number one. Here you have, the ultimate drama. Both of you, the winner is undefeated for the regular season and gets that number one.
Well, you know what? I think I need you to go in and do my new rock.
Listen, I'm kind of expensive. You know what I mean? I have a nice little price tag for my speaking engagements. But no, I mean, for me as a fan of it, this is exciting. And I know I've talked to some of your players and some fans of this, and they're pumped for Saturday because, again, you don't get too many opportunities to get matchups like this
I think it brings excitement to the game, and that's always a good thing. So
he's the head coach of the UAlbany women's lacrosse team, John Battolino. Great luck this week.
All right.
I want to be talking to you about the number one seed next week. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Of course, don't forget to follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and tell a friend about UAlbanysports.com. I'm Joe Calderon. It's another edition of Coach's Corner. We'll see you next time.